Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving headfirst into a field that's really reshaping our understanding of life itself.
Mm,
We're talking about bioinformatics. It's this incredible intersection, where biology, computer science, and AI all meet.
exactly. It's where the code of life meets computer code.
Right. And it's all about decoding protein structures, digging through genomes, modeling evolution, basically biology meeting big data.
And the data is really big now.
That's the thing, isn't it? With biological data just exploding,
Mm.
AI isn't just helpful anymore. It's, well, essential for finding those breakthroughs,
Absolutely indispensable.
from drug discovery to understanding where we came from. And importantly, you're listening to this deep dive as part of our AI 10X series.
Brought to you by 10 Leaves.
That's right. So let's unpack this. What exactly is bioinformatics? Why does it matter so much right now?
Okay, so at its core, bioinformatics is really the science of using computers to make sense of biological data.
Making sense of it.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, think about genetic information, molecular data. We're collecting just vast amounts of it now, thanks to advances in things like genome sequencing.
Right. I heard sequencing a genome used to take years.
Years and huge amounts of money. Now, we can do it relatively quickly and cheaply. That means we're drowning in data. Terabytes of it.
Just raw information.
Exactly. Raw, overwhelming data. Bioinformatics uses computational tools and, crucially, AI to sift through it all, to find patterns, make predictions, interpret what it means.
So AI is the interpreter here.
It's becoming the key
Yeah.
interpreter, yeah. It helps us spot things, connections. That would be honestly impossible to find manually.
Yeah.
It really is the bridge between just having data and actually gaining biological insight.
Okay, that makes sense. It's the bridge from data to insight. If it's this vital bridge, how is AI specifically making it stronger? What's the transformative role it's playing?
Oh, AI, especially machine learning and deep learning, it's critical in so many areas now.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, well, take gene annotation. That's figuring out where genes are on the DNA and what they might do. AI isn't just finding them anymore.
It's doing more.
It's helping us understand their function, even looking at the so-called junk DNA, the non-coding regions, which we're now realizing are super important for regulating things, like disease.
So it adds a whole new layer of understanding.
A much deeper layer, yes.
Yeah.
Then there's genomic analysis. AI can chew through incredibly complex genetic data to find, say, tiny variations, tiny mutations linked to rare diseases.
Stuff that would be like finding a needle in a haystack otherwise.
Exactly. Or tracking how viruses are evolving and spreading, which is obviously critical. And then the really big one everyone talks about, protein structure prediction.
Right. You mentioned that. Let's talk about proteins. This has been called, one of biology's biggest puzzles for decades. It really felt stuck.
Yeah, we really did.
So here's where it gets really interesting. How did AI break that logjam? How did it change the game for protein folding?
It was, revolutionary is probably the right word. See, proteins are the workhorses of our cells. They do almost everything.
Building things, catalyzing reactions.
Fighting infections, carrying signals.
Yeah.
You name it. And how they work depends entirely on their precise 3D shape, how they fold.
Okay.
Predicting that shape just from the sequence of amino acids, the building blocks, was this massive 50-year challenge. Billions of dollars, countless lab hours.
And progress was slow.
Incremental at best.
Yeah.
Then came AlphaFold, this deep learning model from DeepMind. It basically cracked it.
Corrected how?
It started predicting protein structures with, well, near laboratory accuracy, sometimes in minutes, for proteins nobody knew the structure of before.
Wow. Near lab accuracy from a computer model.
Yeah, it was stunning. Suddenly, researchers could understand how proteins actually function much better. They could identify targets for new drugs much, much faster.
Without years of guesswork in the lab.
Exactly. And simulate how mutations might break a protein, leading to disease. It wasn't just solving a bottleneck. It, blew the bottleneck wide open. It became a launchpad for all sorts of new discoveries.
That is genuinely game-changing, turning a half-century problem into a starting
Yeah,
point.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so if AI can map these tiny, complex protein shapes, let's zoom out. How does this capability, combined with bioinformatics, help us understand the really big picture, like evolution over millions of years, or impact medicine more broadly?
Great question. The scale-up is remarkable. For understanding evolution, think about the data again. We have thousands of genomes now, viruses, bacteria, plants, animals.
A massive library of life.
An enormous library. AI helps us compare all these genomes and build really accurate evolutionary trees. That's called phylogenetics.
Oh.
It lets us trace how traits evolved, find common ancestors.
And track things like virus mutations, like we saw with COVID.
Absolutely critical for that. AI can process that data, model how viruses are changing, spreading, sometimes even predict future trends. That's vital for public health, for anticipating antibiotic resistance.
Real-world impact right there.
Definitely. And then in medicine, the applications are just exploding. Think personalized medicine.
Tailoring treatments to the individual.
Exactly. AI analyzes your specific genetic makeup to predict how you might respond to a certain drug. Way better than the old one-size-fits-all approach.
Makes sense.
Or for rare diseases, these can be incredibly hard to diagnose.
Yeah.
AI can scan a patient's entire genome and pinpoint those tiny, subtle variants causing the problem, sometimes ending years of searching for answers.
That must be incredible for those families.
Life-changing. And AI is also uncovering new biomarkers, biological signs of disease like cancer or Alzheimer's, often finding signals hidden in huge data sets that no human could ever spot.
So better, faster, earlier diagnoses and treatments.
That's the goal. It empowers doctors to make more informed decisions much more quickly.
Okay, this acceleration is a clear theme. So what does this all mean for drug discovery? We know that's traditionally a super long, expensive process.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, drug discovery. It typically takes, 10, maybe 15 years, billions of dollars, and a lot of failures along the way.
Right, a high-risk game.
Very high risk. AI and bioinformatics are fundamentally changing that equation. First, target identification, finding the right molecule in the body for a drug to actually hit. AI helps pinpoint those targets much more effectively.
Narrows down the search space.
Dramatically. Then, compound screening. Instead of physically testing thousands, maybe millions, of chemicals in the lab,
Which must take forever.
and cost a fortune, AI can simulate these interactions. It screens millions of potential drug compounds virtually, predicting which ones are most likely to work.
So you only test the best candidates in the real world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It focuses the lab work where it's most promising, and even later in clinical trials, AI can help optimize them. Use past data to design better trials, find the right patient.
Making the whole pipeline more efficient.
Much more efficient and
Yeah.
hopefully more successful. It shifts the whole process from, let's try everything and see what sticks, to here's what's most likely to work based on the data. It's truly redefining drug development.
That's incredible. A real paradigm shift.
Mm.
But look, with all this power, all this complex data, it can't all be easy, right? There must be challenges, hurdles to overcome.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely not smooth sailing all the time.
Yeah.
There are some pretty significant challenges we're grappling with.
Such as?
Well, a big one is data quality and standardization. Biological data comes from labs all over the world using different methods, different formats. It can be messy.
Garbage in, garbage out, potentially.
Potentially, yeah. Getting that data cleaned up and harmonized so AI models can actually use it effectively is a massive ongoing effort.
I can imagine. What else?
Then there's the issue of bias and gaps in the data sets. If the data we train AI on mostly comes from certain populations.
Like people of European descent, for example.
Exactly. Then the AI models might not work as well, or could even give misleading results for people from other backgrounds. Ensuring fairness and representation in the data is crucial, ethically and scientifically.
That's a really important point.
And finally, there's interpretability, black box AI. Sometimes these models make amazing predictions, but we don't fully understand why.
Why that specific prediction?
Right. And in medicine, you really need to understand the reasoning. A doctor needs to trust the AI's output and be able to explain it. So building more interpretable AI is a major focus.
So the human element is still key here.
Absolutely vital.
Right.
Scientists, doctors, they provide the context, the domain knowledge. They ask the right questions, interpret the results. AI is a powerful tool, but it needs expert human guidance.
That makes perfect sense. Human expertise guiding the AI. So looking forward then, maybe the next 5-10 years, where is this all heading? What does the future of bioinformatics and AI look like?
I think we're heading towards truly real-time biology.
Real-time biology. What do you mean?
Imagine AI systems constantly pulling in data from everywhere, wearable sensors tracking your personal health.
Like fitness trackers, but much more advanced.
Way more advanced. Plus electronic health records, maybe environmental sensors monitoring for pathogens, and AI analyzing it all continuously, giving us real-time insights into health and disease, maybe even predicting problems before they start.
Wow, that's a big vision.
It is, and we'll see much tighter integration of multi-omics data, combining genomics, your DNA blueprint, with proteomics, the protein's actually doing stuff, and transcriptomics, which genes are active.
Layering all that information together.
Right. To get a truly holistic, dynamic picture of what's happening inside us, That will unlock much deeper understanding. And then maybe further out, quantum computing.
The quantum leap.
Potentially, yes. If quantum computers become powerful enough, they might allow AI to simulate incredibly complex biological systems, like maybe an entire living cell in real time.
Simulate a whole cell.
All its interactions, its processes, that's still science fiction for now, but the potential is mind-boggling. It would revolutionize biology again.
It really sounds like it. Bioinformatics.
Yeah.
It might not be the buzziest AI term you hear every day, but listening to this, it feels like it's quietly driving some of the most profound changes happening right now.
I think that's exactly right. It's the engine under the hood for so much progress.
Really decoding life piece by piece,
Yeah.
from proteins to evolution.
Precisely. Behind almost every major medical breakthrough, every new drug pipeline, every insight into how life works, you can bet there's a bioinformatics engine, increasingly powered by AI, doing the heavy lifting in the background.
A silent revolution, in a way.
A very powerful silent revolution.
Well, that feels like a perfect place to wrap up this deep dive into bioinformatics for AI 10X. Remember, this series is brought to you by 10 Leaves.
It's been fascinating to discuss.
Absolutely. We really hope this conversation gave you, our listeners, a much deeper appreciation for just how central AI is becoming to understanding life itself. It's incredible stuff.
Truly is.
If you enjoyed this, please do follow the series, share it with anyone you think might be interested, and definitely tune in next time as we continue exploring the frontiers of artificial intelligence.
Lots more to cover.
Indeed. Until then, this is AI 10X, demystifying tomorrow's tech today.